Subscribe.
Knowledge versus awareness, what's the difference? The difference is this is a piece and this is the whole. Knowledge without awareness of the interconnectivity of all can be very dangerous. Our medical system works that way. Our medical system has a lot of knowledge. Knowledge that probably most of us in this room cannot even begin to comprehend. I look at it, I'm like, what is that word and what is that? And I don't understand this and how this works and all that. But they have all these pixels of information, and they've forgotten that all those pixels interconnect to create one single body, one unit, one organism that we call you. And because of that, it's created something very interesting. We now have pills called Accutane, for example. It's good for your acne, but horrible for your liver. Because we're using something called reductionism. Reductionism over holism. You cannot separate something from anything else, and what you do to one piece of anything will impact absolutely everything else. Because we've forgotten this, because we've stuck to knowledge and we forgot the awareness of how to interconnect all the puzzle pieces of that knowledge, what happened next is what we see in the world today. Corruption, greed, war, a lot of things in our medical industry, and it's not all by intent. Because I can't sit here and say doctors are bad people. They're not. They're not. They're actually, most of them are stepping up for the right reasons. And I'm speaking about the more conventional side, of course. They're stepping up for the right reasons. But they've been taught all the knowledge, and they haven't been taught how to connect that knowledge. So there's something called the Physician's Desk Reference. It's the PDR. I have the book in my house. It's bigger than any dictionary you've ever seen. And it pretty much teaches you how to be a legal drug dealer. That's what it does. That's what it does. I opened it and it says, okay, if you have this ailment, you give this, this, this. If you have this ailment, you give X, Y, and Z. Well, that's knowledge. That's not awareness of, number one, how do we prevent these things? What is the bigger picture? And how do we make sure that it doesn't continue happening? So most of us forgotten that, and some of us, not so much in this room, but in the top-down structures, are aware of that. But they don't really want to acknowledge that because there are trillions of dollars being made, and there's a lot of power that's gained through that. Now I'm going to give you guys a very uncomfortable truth. Big Pharma doesn't exist because of Big Pharma. Not in the way that it exists. Big Pharma exists because of us. Okay? It's every single one of our responsibility. And I'm not going to call it blame because it's not to blame. It's not anybody's fault. It's not about pushing fault somewhere. But it's us that allowed this to exist. Our external reality is a reflection of our internal reality. Our external reality is literally a consequence of our consciousness and where we're at the time. And if our consciousness is fragmented in reductionism, then you will see a fragmented world around you. And if our consciousness is whole, according to holism, and we have the awareness of how all these pieces combine and connect to each other, then you will have a completely different world. Now, why do I say that Big Pharma is a reflection of us? When I say us, I'm talking about everybody on this planet. We, the people, the collective on this planet as we know. Because who's buying their drugs? Who's making them their profit? Not you. And not me either. But it's the lack of the awareness of the people as a whole that's allowed that to exist in the first place. And that's our mission in this room. That's our mission of what we need to do. It's not enough for you guys to just know this. Because that's the word. That's the thought. Forget the word. And it's not just enough to speak this between yourselves, because that's the word. What we need to do is bring it into action where it doesn't yet exist. We need to make this reality, what we're talking about, a holistic reality. One that is brought to the people, not through thought and not just through word, but from thought to word to action, implementation. That means that we need to speak to the people and don't quite yet understand this. My job is not to preach to the choir, and when I do, it's to ask the choir to go and help the people that don't yet see it. Because if we just preach to the choir, it's comfortable, but it's called an echo chamber. It doesn't do anything. If we go to the people that need to hear this the most, not by forcing it down their throats, but by asking them questions about their knowledge, to get them to the point of awareness, to lead them to the point of awareness, so they don't feel that it's you doing it to them, but it's them getting it out of themselves. You're simply the facilitator. And that's how things work, by the way. Just like doctors don't heal people, doctors are facilitators. The good ones. They help people heal themselves. The energy enhancement system doesn't heal people. You heal you. The energy enhancement system facilitates it by creating an environment. So you guys don't change people, because you can't do that. You guys don't make people aware, because you can't do that either. You can put the most obvious thing in front of somebody with a black and white study showing something, and it's not enough. Because there's no such thing as absolute objective evidence and proof. If the person doesn't want to believe what's right in front of them, they will not believe it no matter what. Which means that for everybody over here that may be struggling with family members that think you're crazy, or siblings that think you're crazy, or co-workers, or whatever it may be that think you're crazy, well, a little trick over there is to help them reach awareness by asking them the proper questions about their knowledge. They don't want to be told what to do by somebody that they think they're crazy, that they think is crazy. They want it to come from them. Our job is to be facilitators of that environment, not enforcers of that environment. And if you can ask the proper questions, if you can help lead them in their own way to get to awareness from the knowledge they already have, this world will become a much better place very, very quickly. But to do that, we have to understand the difference between knowledge and awareness. So I hope that that creates a bigger, clearer picture of what the difference between knowledge and awareness truly is. And when we connect and tap into that awareness, the knowledge becomes productive as opposed to counterproductive.
Subscribe.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. There's so much more I'd like to dive into, but unfortunately, we can't do that here thanks to the heavy censorship efforts from big tech. If you want to explore this topic further, you can dive deep by accessing our entire uncensored library on unified.tv. There's a link in the description below this video if you want to check it out. A membership to Unified TV gives you unlimited access to hundreds of uncensored podcasts, investigative journalism, documentaries, films, and content that was once available on major streaming platforms like Netflix, but is now banned from the internet. For just $14.99 a month, which is less than $1 a day, you get access to it all. Your subscription also helps keep the platform running free from censorship and corporate influence. Please consider supporting us and enjoy all of our unfiltered and thought-provoking content in return. Thank you very much, and I will see you on Unified TV.